Part 1. The last transmission in 2037. NASA launched Mission Helios 9, a solo lunar expedition led by Commander James Harper. Everything proceeded as planned until Day 6, when contact was lost. Log entry, Day 7. Something's wrong. The stars are gone. I looked up last night. Black sky, just darkness. Day 8. Footprints outside the lander. Not mine. They're in a circle. Woke up to knocking. The hatch was open. Something's inside. Final log, Day 9. It's tall, white, featureless. It watches. It moves when I blink. It's inside now. Earth is gone. There's only the dark. In it, when a rescue mission arrived, the lander was empty. A message was scrawled in lunar dust. We should never have come here. Part 2. The silent signal weeks later. A signal from the moon. Open the gate. He is waiting. NASA launches Helios 10. The crew lands at Harper's coordinates. They find his lander intact. A handprint is on the window from the outside. Beneath the moon's surface lies a cavern. Black monoliths, breathing walls. Harper's voice echoes through radio transmissions. It's not the moon. It never was. It's a prison, and the door is open. Satellites go dark. Tides shift. People dream of a man in a cracked helmet, watching them. Part 3. The descent location, Earth. Bloomington, Indiana. Miles Kent. Everyone begins to dream. Spaceman in my closet, says an 8-year-old. News reports grow strange. Clocks freeze. Birds fly in circles. Then, every screen shows Harper's image. Behind him, a massive shadow. We see you. The moon turns red. Stars disappear. The barrier is breaking. We were buried. You woke us. Part 4. The New Sky narrator, Cora. Age 10. Born after arrival. She has never seen a blue sky. When the moon turns red, the faceless ones come. We live under a veil. They say I'm special. I can hear the signal. Children begin to see through the veil. Cora dreams of a door on the moon. She sees Harper. He smiles and whispers. Part 2. The silent signal back on Earth. Weeks after Harper vanished, the Deep Space Listening Station in Alaska picked up a strange signal, originating from the far side of the moon. The transmission repeated a simple phrase. Open the gate. He is waiting. The signal had Harper's voice, but warped, stretched, like it was being spoken through water. NASA, desperate for answers, launched a secret follow-up mission, Helios 10, with a small crew of elite astronauts. Their mission: investigate Harper's last coordinates and recover any remaining data. Day 1. Moonfall Commander Elena Reyes led the mission. As they descended, their onboard systems began to glitch. Cameras flickered. One crew member, Dr. Lynn, whispered, "I just saw someone outside walking." But they hadn't landed yet. Day 2. The dust moves. They found Harper's lander, untouched, sitting in a crater like a forgotten grave. The interior was cold and lifeless, except for one thing: a handprint on the inside of the window. From the outside, the print was still warm. At night, the team heard voices on the radio. Harper's voice calling for help. But telemetry confirmed the signal was coming from under the lunar surface. Day 3. Beneath the moon, using ground-penetrating radar, they discovered a cavern, an unnatural void about 300 meters deep. They descended. Inside, black monoliths arranged in a spiral, covered in strange symbols. The walls pulsed slightly, like they were breathing. The crew's oxygen meters dropped twice as fast down there, even though there was no leak. At the center of the spiral was a pit. Reyes looked into it, and something looked back. Day 4. Last contact. Only one final message was ever received from Helios 10. It's not the moon. It never was. It's a prison, and the door is open. Then silence. Back on Earth, every satellite pointed at the moon shut down at the same time. Tide shifted. Strange lights began to appear in the sky. Let's go. Smiling Face with Horns hears Part 3. The descent, told from the perspective of someone on Earth, as the horror spreads beyond the moon. Part 3. The descent, August 2nd, 2037. Location: Bloomington, Indiana. Name: Dr. Miles Kent. Astrophysicist. It started with the dreams. First night, I was floating alone in the void. The moon loomed beneath me. Then it opened, like an eye. Second night, I was inside something alive, metal pulsing like veins. Something moved in the shadows. I saw Harper's face. He didn't blink. He just whispered, "He's almost here." I chalked it up to stress, lack of sleep. Then the news started. The tides refused to recede. Birds migrated in perfect circles, never breaking formation. All clocks in my lab froze at 3:33 a.m. I wasn't the only one dreaming. My colleagues, my students, even my 8-year-old niece said, "The spaceman keeps standing in my closet." Then the broadcast began. August 5th, every major satellite channel cut to black, then returned with grainy footage. A dark lunar surface. Static. Then him, Harper, standing still. Faceplate cracked. Behind him, a massive shape shifted in the shadows. Not quite seen. Not quite real. Then the whisper came across every speaker, every phone, every ear. "We see you." People screamed. Someone quiet. Some just stared at the sky and never looked down again. August 6th, the moon turned red. Not an eclipse. Not a blood moon. It just changed, like something underneath had taken control. That night, I felt it calling, pulling, a deep voice inside my head. We were buried. You woke us. August 7th, the stars began disappearing. First Orion, then the Pleiades. One by one, constellations blinked out like candles. Astronomers said nothing. Most had already gone missing. Those who remained called it the inversion. The barrier between here and there was thinning. Now I don't know if anyone will read this. Cities are empty. People either fled or were taken. I've locked myself in the observatory. Yes, let's go full apocalyptic horror. Now Fire Here's Part 4. The New Sky, from the point of view of a child born after the fall. Part 4. The New Sky Journal Entry. Year 5 after arrival. Name, Cora. Age 10 location. Sector 17, Echo Bunker, beneath Old Colorado. They say the sky used to be blue. My uncle tells stories about the sun and birds and oceans, but I think he makes them up. He's old, and his hands shake when he talks about before. Now the sky is always gray, or red, if he's close. We don't go outside when the moon turns red. That's when the faceless ones come. They don't walk. They just slide like shadows poured into human shapes. You can hear them whisper through the walls. Where is your light? Where is your name? We are the silence. Last time they took Mia, she was only 7. All they left behind was her little red shoe. My teacher says we live under something called a veil now. It's what keeps him from fully coming through. The grown-ups are always afraid. They pray to satellites that don't work anymore. They think if they say Commander Harper's name, he'll come save us. But I don't think Harper is a person anymore. Sometimes at night, I see him in my dreams, floating just above the earth, watching. His face is all broken glass and stars. Behind him, something moves, something bigger than the moon, something that breathes in reverse. They say Earth was loud once. Now it's just quiet, except for the signal. Every few nights, the old radios pick it up again. Same message, always in the same voice. We are here. We never left. The stars are hollow. You are next. They tell me I'm special. That kids born after the arrival can hear things others can't, that I can see through. I think they're right. I had a dream last night. Or maybe it was a memory. I was floating like a ghost on the moon. I saw a door, a real one, carve into the rock. And I saw him. He looked at me, and he smiled. Not like before. Part 5. The Door Beneath Journal Entry. Year 12 AA Name. Cora. Age 17 Location. Launch Site E13. The Hollow program, they finally let me go. They say I'm the last light, but I don't know what that means. I just know I've been dreaming of the door for years. And now I'm going to find it. There were only 3 of us chosen. Reza, the pilot, and Anna, who doesn't talk much but hums the same tune every time the signal comes. We launched at midnight. No one cheered. The elders just watched the sky and whispered prayers to stars that no longer exist. Day 1. Lunar descent. The moon isn't gray anymore. It's veined like skin stretched over something vast. The surface ripples as if it's breathing. We landed near Crater 13. Harper's last location. Everything is still, but not dead. I can feel it under my boots. A heartbeat. We found the door, just like in my dreams. A perfect circle, pulsing with faint red light. Symbols shift across its surface, not carved, but living like they're made of memory. Day 2. Entering, Anna walked up to the door and placed her hand on it. It opened without sound. The inside is wrong. There are walls, but they're liquid. Stairs, but they go sideways. No gravity, no light source. But everything glows. It smells like ozone and rain, like an old earth forest. Reza cried when we passed the first chamber. He said he saw his mother, but she died before the arrival. This place doesn't just show you what you fear, it becomes it. The core we found him. Not Harper. Not anymore. He's fused into the walls. His body stretched across the chamber like veins. His face still smiles. The symbols are written on his bones. Behind him is a pit. Endless. I looked into it and it looked back. That's when I heard a voice. Not a whisper. Not anymore. It was my own voice saying, "Welcome home, Cora. The vessel is ready." Day 3. Transmission. This is my final log. Anna has stepped into the pit. Reza followed. They didn't scream. They Bika. Part 7. The first light log fragment. Unknown origin recovered from deep archive Omega. 9 status. Corrupted / fragmented / possibly non-human. I don't remember my name. I was born in the silence, beneath red skies, after the world had already ended. The grown-ups said Earth used to be alive. I don't believe them. Now it's just ash, oceans of dust, and the glow of him in the sky. But last night, something changed. I heard a sound I've never heard before. Laughter. Not his. Not the whispers. A child's laugh. Warm. Pure. Human. And then light. Not fire. Not starlight. Real light. White and soft and new. It came from the old moon. I walked for days. The air is poison, but I don't cough anymore. Nothing grows here, but I'm still alive. The moon was larger than I remembered. Closer. Cracked like an egg. From a fracture. Something was blooming. A shape. A girl. Her eyes burned like suns, and her voice carried every name I've ever forgotten. She said, "I was Cora. I was silence. Now I am light. He is not gone, but now neither am I." She told me there's one last door, hidden deep in the ruins of Earth, where Harper first heard the signal. She said it can't be opened by machines, or keys, or codes. Only by someone who still believes. I asked, believes in what? She smiled. In beginnings. I'm going now. I don't know what I'll find. Maybe another god. Maybe another prison. Maybe just a mirror. But I'll walk into it anyway. Because even at the end of everything, even when the stars go out, even when names are forgotten, light remembers.